Hello and welcome. My name is Kimberly Grymes, and I am a self-published author, and this is From Ideas to Pages to Publishing, a podcast where I focus on quick, informative episodes for both readers and writers. Mainly, it's me giving an update on my writing projects, followed by one or two recent author experiences, all under 20 minutes or less. And I'm not holding back either regarding my author experiences. You can expect me to share the good, the bad, the wins, and those days when I just want to close my laptop and call it a day and take the rest of the day off. It's all about the growing process to become the best author I can be. And hopefully, my experiences can help others. Before I jump in and give you a quick writing update, I want to remind listeners that From Ideas to Pages to Publishing has a writing support group on Patreon. We meet once a month to cheer each other on as we work to reach our writing and author business goals. And podcast episodes are released a week earlier to Patreon members. All right, welcome to episode 22. This week, I'm going to be talking to you about understanding your publishing timeline by studying your writing habits. But first, let me give you a quick project update. All of my writing projects are on hold except for anything having to do with the Kickstarter. With the campaign launching on September 18th, that means when this episode airs on September 5th, there will only be 13 days left until go live. So what have I done in the last week? Well, last episode, I was kind of freaking out, and I am still in that freak out mode with under 20 days left to the Kickstarter. But I don't feel as anxious or overwhelmed. Last week, I was thinking of even pushing back the Kickstarter date, but then I realized everything is done. The books are done, everything is done, and it's mainly just the formatting that I still have to do. So all I really need to focus on right now is the Kickstarter campaign story page, meaning I have to make sure I have all the mock-ups ready for when I go and create the campaign page. I don't actually have to start formatting the book right away. Even the chapter title pages that I've started designing, I can use those in mock-up pages. I also purchased vellum last week, and I started playing around with the program, and I'm really excited to use it once it's time for the formatting. From what other authors have told me, using vellum will be such a time saver when it comes to importing your Word doc and having vellum spit out 3 different versions for ebook, paperback, hardcover, rather than me having to format 3 different Word documents specifically for each format and trim size. I'll keep you posted on my overall thoughts of vellum after I've formatted the omnibus book. I also took an afternoon to create the header images for the campaign page on Kickstarter. So it's common to use images as headers, giving viewers a clear visual between each section of your campaign. The dimensions I used in Canva are 1400 pixels by 200 pixels. And if you want to add an extra special touch to your header images, you can add animation stickers or elements, say falling leaves or flower petals falling. You can add those to your header image, changing it from an image to a video. And then all you have to do when you download it from Canva is download the file as a GIF rather than a PNG image. Kickstarters don't allow videos in your campaign story page. They allow one video, and that is in your feature image, the one that you can see when scrolling through all the campaigns. But you can't actually add a video in your campaign. So using GIFs are a great way to showcase certain elements like in your headers, or I've seen authors use GIFs to showcase if they have the actual book and they want to showcase, say, the inside chapter title pages. GIFs have to be really short, like no longer than 5 seconds. But it's a fantastic way to add that special touch to your Kickstarter campaign. Okay, also, I have been working on the annotated edition of Book 1, Shade of Light, in Affinity Publisher. I've come across some problems with the file size getting too big, mainly because each page I had screenshotted from the Word doc and then copied and pasted into the Affinity Publisher doc. So, with all those images, the Affinity Publisher is like, dude, it's getting cramped in here. So, I will keep you posted on the annotated edition of Shade of Light Book 1, which will be offered during the Kickstarter. Okay, what else have I done? I created a book trailer. This was super fun. It took a full day to create, and I even made a video, which I'll post in a separate YouTube video, showing you the deconstruction of the book trailer video. So there's two videos, the actual book trailer, and then I made another video showing you the video in the CapCut software looks like. I used CapCut, the desktop version, not the mobile or the website version. The trailer is under 1 minute, which I think is in line with most book trailers. I decided not to use a voiceover and just let the music be the emphasis playing in the background. It's an edgier sounding music, and I definitely think I captured the upper YA dark vibes with the imagery and the medieval fantasy setting quite well in the trailer. The trailer can be watched on my YouTube channel or in the Kickstarter campaign update section. The deconstructed or breakdown of how I made the trailer, that video is only available to watch on my YouTube channel, and it's about 12 minutes long, not too bad. So if you're looking to make a book trailer video and you have the CapCut software app, I definitely recommend watching to see how I created my video and see if anything helps you with your book trailer videos. Okay, that's all for my Kickstarter project update. Now, let's jump into this week's author experience topic. I thought I would talk about understanding your publishing timeline by studying your specific writing habits. Now, I have to start off with the quick disclosure, reminding people that everyone's schedules are different. Whether you're a stay-at-home parent or you work full-time or part-time or from your home or you actually drive somewhere, we all have different life scenarios and different responsibilities. The point is, everything I'm saying about how to plan out your writing projects and your publishing pipeline depends on your specific situation in life. There are also other variables to consider. Some writers write faster, and some, like me, tend to write a little slower. Some writers, they know exactly what story they want to tell, and some are still figuring it out along the way. Maybe you prefer to handwrite your book in a notebook before typing it out. Whatever your process is, the point is you need to take the time to learn your writing habits. Thus, by taking the time to study your writing habits, then you could predict how long the process will take from start to finish. Before I explain what I mean from start to finish, first let's talk about how you're going to study your writing habits. It's going to involve some work on your part, but in doing so, you will come out in the end knowing more about your output levels over a given amount of time. If you're in the middle of writing your book, that's fine. But the ideal time to execute this study of yourself would be while writing the first draft of a full-length book. I guess it could work when you're writing short stories, but in order to get the best idea for the length of time needed, I recommend working on a writing project that's around 40,000 or more. This way, you'll get enough data to fully understand your writing habits, your writing times, and variables like distractions, moods, and motivations. How are you going to accomplish this? Well, the first thing is to only be working on one writing project during the study. The second thing is to keep a journal at all times. This journal is going to be your way of collecting the data during the study time frame. And the time frame is the third important thing. I did 2 months, but I think 1 month would be fine too. but a minimum of 1 month would be needed to get enough data for you to learn your output levels. I learned that I prefer to track my writing progress by chapters rather than word count, and that I write in sequential order. Working on one chapter at a time, I also learned that I can write 2 to 3 chapters per week, depending on the scene and my life schedule. But if I'm in the drafting stage, then I can expect 2 to 3 chapters per week. I'm a slow writer, and I do self-edits while writing. My chapter length varies, but usually my chapters are between 1,500 and 2,500 words long. This information that I learned during the 2 months I studied my writing habits helps me determine how long it will take me to write a book. This information I learned while studying my writing habits helped me learn how to determine how long it would take for me to write a book with a certain number of chapters. I usually include some kind of buffer week too, while planning out the entire writing and publishing timeline. But at least I know I can get a book done by a certain time. Again, this output will be different for everyone. But for me, if I want to write a book with, say, 30 or 32 chapters, I know I can get a book out between 4 and 5 months. So, studying your writing habits will help you understand your output levels and times better, thus allowing you to plan out your publishing timelines for multiple book projects. First things first, buy a journal or keep track of everything in a journal type app on your phone. You'll want to record in your journal every time you sit down to write. I'm going to list off the things you should be jotting down in your journal during your writing sessions. You can add to this list or you can change things up however you want. It's your data you're collecting. Number 1, the date and maybe even the day. Like when you look back, you might say August 6th. What day was that? So adding Wednesday may help. Number 2, the start time and end time of your writing session. This will help you later down the road kind of figure out, do you prefer to write in the mornings, afternoons, or evenings? And try to mix it up a little and try different writing times to see, maybe you prefer evenings and you didn't even realize it. Don't forget to include the number of breaks and how long each break was. Say if you get interrupted or just need a break while writing. Number 3, where are you writing? This may vary from time to time. You could be writing at home, you can be writing at the cafe, you can be writing in your car. Number 4, what's your mood like during the writing session? Are you excited to write the scene that's developing in your mind? Or are you stuck and struggling to think of what to write? Maybe something is going on in your personal life and it's weighing on your thoughts and you're struggling to get in the mood. Also, what helps you spark ideas in this moment when you're sitting down ready to write? Did you already have an idea in mind? Did you have to reread your previous chapter? Did you have to look over your outlines? What extra steps did you take to prepare yourself in order to continue writing? Number 5, keep track of your word count and whatever other way you prefer to track your progress. But definitely track your word count even if you don't normally, especially just for this study. It's going to be relevant when you look back to see how many words per session you wrote for the week. I learned that I don't track my writing progress by word count. I track my writing progress by chapters because I write sequentially. If you don't write sequentially, you'll figure out how you track your progress. After 1 month, you should have some really interesting data about your writing habits. Obviously, the less writing you do each week, the longer it'll take you to release your book, which is fine. And the more you write each week, the faster you release. But it's important to write at your normal speed, what you would normally write. Don't try to do more or write more during the study, because then you're only setting yourself up for higher expectations later down the road. I used to set my goals before I did this little study on myself, thinking I could write 1 chapter a day, Monday through Friday, but I was falling behind in those goals and not meeting my expectations. Then, after doing this study on my writing habits, I learned so much about myself and my writing habits. I noticed that I edit while I write, which is not the greatest habit, but I do. And I reread the previous chapters before starting the next one. These habits all cut into my writing time. So, after 2 months of journaling my writing habits, I learned that my output is 2 to 3 chapters per week. My strong writing days are Monday through Wednesday, mid-morning, and then early afternoon. I am fortunate enough to be able to write full-time, but that doesn't mean I sit and write Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No, my work schedule revolves around my family life, and we have a pretty busy family life. And during the summers, it's almost impossible to get any writing done because I also learned that I need complete silence when writing. Otherwise, my ADHD brain gets easily distracted and I can't focus. Anywho, I hope you get the opportunity to track your writing habits for at least 1 month, 2 if you can. And I hope you're able to use the data collected to set realistic goals and publishing timelines, especially if you're wanting to release 1 or more books a year. If you listen to the recent chat I had with author Catie O'Neill, she mentioned how she uses a waterfall strategy when planning out her publishing timeline. I do something similar, except I call it staggering my writing projects. You don't want to start working on a brand new book after you just finished publishing a book. The waterfall effect Catie was talking about, or staggering your projects, means when you don't have your manuscript, like it's off with beta readers or editors, you need to utilize that time to work on your next book. Yes, you'll be planning things for that current book like character illustrations, cover designs, and other marketing and publishing tasks, but you'll want to also start brainstorming and outlining, and maybe even drafting, the next book to get a head start. From my writing habits study, I learned that it takes me anywhere from 68 to 72 weeks from start to finish. Remember I said start to finish at the beginning of this episode? Well, to me, start to finish is you start at the brainstorming and outlining stage. And yes, even pantsers have some kind of brainstorming stage. And then finish is when you hit that publish button. Well, I was able to use Excel to plan out my hypothetical timeline for the writing, editing, and pre-publishing stages. And I learned that when writing a fantasy genre book, it would take me approximately 68 to 72 weeks from brainstorming and outlining all the way up to publishing day. So take a month or 2 and document your writing habits and track your word counts for each writing session to get a better idea about your output levels. Once you have that data, you can be more confident in reaching your goals and publishing milestones. That's all for episode 22. I'll be back next week with more updates and more experiences to share. Until next time, thank you for listening to From Ideas to Pages to Publishing with me, Kimberly Grymes. For more information about me, my books, and my author shop, visit kimberlygrymes.com/links.